drain plug on my phone.
Look at the oil pan, dude.
Man, that's a hell of an oil pan.
No kidding, huh?
Drop shaft.
God, that is an oil pan.
Yeah, I know.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Last video you saw that we picked up the first ever Dodge Viper on this channel. In fact, it is the first Dodge or Mopar product on this channel pretty much ever, which is really cool. As you guys probably heard if you watched the last video, I was talking about how this is Doug, who is my mechanic. This is his favorite car, and if you look up close, it is really bad. We took this thing about probably 500 miles yesterday, so it is incredibly dirty. This car honestly has probably not driven that many miles in years and years and years, but today we're going to take this thing out, get it washed up, because I am excited to video Doug's reaction once he gets here. I want to have it clean and I want to see what he says about it, and then we're going to let him probably take it for a little drive, maybe change some fluids in the car, things like that, because I am excited to start beating on it. But like I said, before we want to drive the car hard, I really wanted to get all the fluids changed in it and double check over everything to make sure that we're good to go before we break anything. So let's go ahead and get this thing pulled out and get it washed up. I still cannot get over the process of getting into this car. Y'all ever just cold start Vipers in your office in the morning? Not in my last job. After last night's drive coming all the way back home, the first thing that I noticed about this car is that stock exhaust is entirely too quiet for such a raw sports car making this much power, especially with a V10. You can barely even hear anything spectacular about the car because the exhaust is so quiet. I mean, listen to this. What?
Hop on your phone, text Corsa, be like, you up?
Yeah. Anyways, though, we've got a Dodge Viper here. It is super dirty. Let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up so we can see it finally shining and looking good.
At least it was worth a try.
Is that Doug? Oh.
He's calling like, can I come up there? It's been like an hour. I was like, no, you cannot. He was like, how are you still washing it? I'm like, dude, it's a lot to wash. You'll understand when you get here. He's like, okay, whatever. That view right there, for some reason, is like my favorite view of this entire car. What do you think?
It's a big old wing.
What do you think?
This is beautiful. Yeah. My favorite part is that there's so many Mopar heads out there, and they're like, oh yeah, I just got my Scat Pack. And then Gavin's first Dodge is a Viper.
Hey, I don't have to be behind the car to hear the exhaust.
So weird having a key and then a push button.
Let me in.
Am I like the tallest person here? Is that why you're making me do this?
You and I both are. I already sat in it.
What do you mean?
You'll have plenty of room.
We can't both be the tallest person.
I mean, legroom's good. Legroom's good, but definitely it's like, it's a little...
I feel very focused on doing one thing, and that's going forward at incredibly high speeds. You're the god of thunder rolling up with his bass.
Yeah.
It ain't that easy.
What?
You gotta turn around and close your eyes.
Oh, the door's already closed.
Nope, I'm being serious. What's up?
Just turn around or what?
All right, go ahead.
Bruh. You trying to give away a Roush? Like, no,
Trade it for the Viper?
No, not even kidding. I will straight dead ass trade you for this car right now.
Oh, I believe you, but you don't know how much this car costs. Is the only hiccup.
We're not giving this one away.
Well, sit in it and adjust your seat because we're about to go take it for a drive. You gonna start that mother?
I mean, I guess if I'm allowed to. I didn't want to make all kind of, everybody nut or something.
It's pretty quiet. Yeah. For now.
I really actually was thinking Viper in my mind, but I didn't think Gen 4. I thought for some reason a Gen 5 out of my wildest things, but like...
It's a Gen 3.
Is that it? That is a 3.
Yeah.
Doug's two guesses last night were an Evo and an S13, and I was like, well, you're kind of close.
Holy shit, bro.
So the oil hasn't been changed in like a year, maybe a year and a half, he said.
But it probably sits up.
Yeah, I was gonna say today, if you wanted to, I was gonna look into doing like a trans fluid change, clutch fluid change, oil change,
Yeah.
engine oil, all that good stuff. You ever driven a Viper before? I'd never ridden in one. I'd never driven one. Never anything.
I've been in one before, but I haven't really ever gotten to drive one. So the shifter's definitely a different feeling, and it's like almost first gear isn't really synchronized very much.
Mm-hmm.
You have to come to almost a complete stop before you can really get back in there. Gears are long though.
Yeah, so funny enough, because of how long the gears are, you never touch 6. At 80 miles an hour in 5th gear, you're at like 1800 RPM.
I believe it.
It's crazy. So guess who happens to make a full exhaust for this car?
Probably Corsa. Yep. Just like taking in the experience.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly how it was for me whenever I first started driving it yesterday too.
You can feel it wheel hopping some, but it wasn't bad.
That was the first little baby pull that's been done in here. I didn't even get on it at all yesterday.
Not at all.
Yep, it sounds so weird with the stock exhaust, so quiet.
For a Viper. For
Yeah, I
a
know.
V10 Viper. That's 50.
I mean, it's bone stock. Interesting thing about it is that legitimately like half of them got totaled. Yeah, got completely totaled. So this car is like a living legend just because of the fact that it's still on the road. Have you ever watched Donut Media's video about the Viper?
I don't know if I actually have.
It's like everything that you need to know about the Viper to get up to speed or something like that, and it is so cool. If you are interested in Vipers at all, click up above right now and go check it out. That video, honestly, whenever we were looking at getting this car, we watched it before we went and picked it up, and I was like, we need to watch this and determine if this is going to be the right car to pick next. And we went and watched that video, and after watching it, I was sold. I knew that we had to go pick this thing up. It's really cool, really, really cool to watch.
Did you see the shifter?
Yep. Pretty cool, huh?
Yes, it is. Oh, look, my hair has already become one with the vehicle. Look, it even has a warning for the exhaust. Hey, don't burn, you dumbass self. You get out.
So, what do you think about it?
Oh, I love it. I love it. This thing is...
I figured that you would.
How the hell you even pop the hood on this?
So on these cars, it actually comes up just like a normal hood. That's a big old some gun. In the first and second gen, I believe. Third and fourth gens lift up like that, but the fifth gens flip up also backwards.
I've never gotten to work on a Viper before.
I know, that's why I figured that you would be excited about it. I've never messed with a Viper either, but I know this thing needs intake, exhaust, probably like a dyno tune or something, just top it all off.
Maybe a couple Terpskis.
Man, we can't be having this.
I know.
You see what they have?
Oh, yeah.
Who uses orange filters?
Lawnmower filters on the Viper. We're gonna head over to Advanced Auto real quick and go grab some oil, clutch fluid, trans fluid, power steering fluid. I might even flush the coolant. We're just gonna get everything. I want to get this thing back to tip-top shape, get everything changed and flushed out in it, because like I said, this is probably 15-year-old fluid, and even just in technology and advancements of the fluid itself, I mean, the car would run so much better just getting all that out. So let's pull this thing over in the shop and we'll head to Advanced real quick. When can we enter in the burnout competition?
Yeah, let's cancel.
Is it really? Damn. Well, I guess we still gotta buy a bunch of stuff anyway.
Do you want any engine oil additive for any reason? Do this ink additive.
Okay, this might sound rice rich, but do you want to put fuel treatment in there just because that car sat for 2 years probably on the exact same tank of fuel? No.
You want to get some spark plugs for it?
Yes.
Get spark plugs.
I was thinking with your dipstick.
You're gonna need 10 of them things though.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of cute, Doug.
We got a bunch of stuff for this car. We've got engine oil, so we can do an oil change. We've got spark plugs coming. We're gonna wait on the spark plugs though, because we've got a few more plans I'm gonna have to show you guys. This is also the first time that this car has been up in the air, so I'm excited to look underneath it and see what it looks like, because whenever we bought the car, as you guys may have saw in last video, if you haven't seen it, click up above, but it was, we kind of couldn't get underneath it to see it because it's pretty low, so right now it's gonna be the first time. I do know that it does have some kind of small leak, but these cars are typically known to have a lot of issues with the oil cooler lines leaking, so I think that's what we're having problems with, but again, it's not even a bad leak at all, so it's not a huge deal. That looks crazy.
Yep.
Oh no. Oh no, there's some fans out there in the front pointing at the Viper. Look at them. No, don't see it. No! No!
They are.
Damn it! You can't keep driving by here. You're gonna get spoiled by all the surprises that we've got.
There's a drain plug on my phone.
Look at the oil pan, dude.
It's literally the length of my arm.
Holy cow. I also noticed that we were low on power steering fluid, so we need to add some more, but if I had to guess, that's probably where that's coming from. Look at how cool this exhaust is, dude. What?
All the way down the side of the car and loops back and then what the heck?
So let's follow it real quick. We've got the manifold right there.
There's a cat. That's what we need to get rid of. We don't want that.
The entire exhaust is actually inside of this kick panel down here.
So that's how they catch on fire.
Hopefully not this one. Come on. Come on. Come on, go do it.
You got
go
insurance?
do it. Go do it.
You got insurance on this thing?
Not yet. No. Let's do it. Yep, there you go. Okay, all right. So it comes all the way down the side, and it comes across right here. And it's got this little X, well actually it's like an H pipe in there. And then it comes all the way out through this side. So actually, that's really interesting. The exhaust tip on the passenger side is actually from the driver's side bank. Everything about this thing is crazy already, but looking at it from the underneath of the car is just like so much cooler because it's stuff that you don't really see often. Oh man, this bumper has been scraped up. Our stock shocks here have been making some noise, so we might need to get some aftermarket coilovers. I want to do the coilovers. I also want to get some new wheels for it possibly. Definitely going to get a Corsa exhaust on this thing. By the way guys, if you want to go check out Corsa's exhaust systems, they are fantastic. I use them on every single car that has been in this shop on this channel. We've always gone to Corsa and they are freaking fantastic. If you want to go over there and get your Corsa exhaust, you can use the code It's Just 6 at checkout and save a ton. What? Doug, come here. Come look what I just see. Look at the battery.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, dude. The battery is inside of the rear bumper.
Doug's gonna love to work on this thing.
You recognize this transmission?
Yes, sir.
T56.
Yes, sir. Man, that's a hell of an oil pan.
No kidding, huh?
It's the size of like your arm.
That's my arm.
Normally we compare it to other things on Sean, but
Yeah, not compared to other things.
the size of his ego.
Yeah, my ego. It's ego. I got a big ego.
So what you're saying is that the drain pan is about half the size of Sean's ego?
Yeah, just about.
It's about right. It's pretty close.
But this is 2006, which is pretty interesting. Just like the GT350, we've got a cooling duct back here, so it scoops air from the underside of the car and pushes it and routes it up to cool the rear diff on the car for whenever you're on the track, which is really neat.
Shout out to whoever welds at Chrysler. Man, they got this shit down pat.
Oh, Jesus. Look at this, too. That is stock factory tire size, 345s. I knew this car was unique. I knew it was really interesting, but to be able to see it underneath and to be able to see it up close rather than just in videos, because the crazy thing about these cars, like I said, they're really rare. You don't ever get to see them anymore. Nobody has them. Nobody even on YouTube, from me looking up, nobody's ever really made content with these cars. So it's kind of just like an unknown car that people don't really know much about, but this is the first time that I get to see one up close and under the car, and it's really, really cool.
I think I just added to y'all's tool collection.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Oh,
No way.
got ourselves a flathead.
I like that.
No way, dude.
For anybody that doesn't know, Doug has a tool fetish, so he's eating that up right now. He's about to take that screwdriver.
He's gonna go restore that. Look, he already tucked it away.
He already tucked it away. Put it in his screwdriver drawer.
I don't know if it was worth it. It's just a Husky brand, but at least it's something.
Should have been SK. The oil filter is real easy to get to though.
Yeah.
Something we just noticed. Check this out. So these cars actually have V-bands on the factory exhaust. Name another car that you've seen that on. All right, let's check out and see what this oil looks like. It's really not bad.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Something cool that we were noticing too, check this out. In the front bumper, just like on the GT350 again, but this is an 06. That's the coolest part about this, is that this is 11 years prior to the technology in that GT350. But we've got brake ducts right here that come shove air into the brake caliper and rotor area. That way it keeps it cool. We've also got factory tie downs built into the frame right here for strap points in the front. And then also back here in the rear, we've got some as well. That's carbon fiber.
Yeah, the whole back.
No way. Yeah, it is. What?
Carbon too.
Carbon fiber skid tray. That's all carbon?
This part's not. That's metal, but this part's carbon.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that.
You can't see because it's so dusty, but like whenever you wipe it off, you can tell.
I don't know. This thing is just different. I feel like I could just get under here and look at it for a while. So now, like I said, the next thing that I really want to do is get a freaking Corsa exhaust on here, get an intake on here, get it sounding a lot better, and then also hopefully making a little bit more power. Not that these are slow by any means. They only weigh, I mean, I'm barely over 3,000 pounds, and you've got 505 horsepower, but you've actually got more torque than horsepower in these cars, which is neat. It's a bunch of gravel.
Yeah, somebody went off
Somebody
the track.
yeah, I was about to say, somebody definitely went off the track once or twice in this thing. It's good to see it was at least used instead of just kept in a garage, though. All right, it's free now. Let's lower this. Oh yeah, there's rocks all over here. Oh yeah, there's. What if we found a snake in here?
We did find a snake. It's on the lift.
Hey, I need a name for this. What you think?
Shelby.
Shelby, what the hell? No way, dude. Look at this. Look at the drive shaft.
I literally told you it was like a foot and a half
I'm
long.
gonna call Daniel and tell him to come over here. That's pretty crazy, huh? It's literally like a foot and a half long.
That's really short.
That's the entire drive shaft. It's like a Vienna sausage drive shaft.
God, that is an oil pan.
Yeah, I know.
You know how old these tires are? Did you look?
Mm-mm.
They were made in 2008.
No way.
2008. The last two.
0408, no way, dude.
Yeah, last two numbers are what year they were
Yeah,
made in.
yeah, we definitely need to get some new wheels, new tires.
Front tires were made in 2012. So I mean, they're 8 years old.
Should I go ahead and order this intake? Got a K&N.
Well, do you want to do K&N or you want to look into something better?
They don't really make anything better for it,
Yeah,
I don't
there's
think.
not really.
They got a Holley, but I mean, like, this is for a 09 to 13 Corvette C6. They only do make this, they only make
K&N's the only
K&N.
one?
Just place order. We got us some dang intakes coming in. Woo! I've been meaning to be videoing this whole fluid swap and everything, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, we've all just been fascinated and looking. People have been stopping in today and everything. We've just been kind of looking over the entire car just because it's so different. There is nothing that I've seen that's really like this at all.
Yeah, this is the first car I've seen like this.
It's just, it's so interesting.
Even though, of course, it's still a car. It's just like minor differences that are real interesting that you don't see on any other car.
Yeah, it's looking at the engineering behind everything that's really cool. Just like Daniel and Doug were pointing out right here, there's like a little flap, and I guarantee you, it's because they didn't want to have a wind pocket, air pocket sitting right there, so they wanted to have everything, even under the car. They paid attention to everything. I feel like this car probably loves us right now. It has not had any attention.
It's like getting your arms cut off and your back itches for like 12 years. You know, like.
So we're at soulmate to scratch its back right now is what's happening?
So what you're telling me is that the Viper is, well, it is an armless creature. What the hell? So check this out. We're changing the diff fluid. This is all just metal chunks that came out from that diff, but we're still gonna refill it with fluid. If we're gonna give this car away, I definitely don't want to leave that diff in there, so we're gonna have to get the diff swapped out. But I figure, hey, we might as well do something cool, send that diff out with a bang.
Why is it already dripping out, dude?
Might need to look up the fill procedure. Might have something different. But yeah, it looks like you can get like a 14,000 mile diff or so for about $1,500 shipped. So that's not horrible, I guess. Anything Viper related is going to be expensive. But I will say the one thing that is good is that this diff looks extremely easy to change out. The drive shaft is just 4 bolts right there. You slide the drive shaft forward, and it is a slip yoke setup on the trans, so you can just slide it forward, drop the shaft out. 2 bolts right here in the front, 2 bolts back here in the side. Obviously get the axles out, but after that, the entire diff just pretty much falls out into
Give me a
place.
hand and like hold something for me.
Yeah, what you need.
Just hold that for a second.
Yep.
There's a plug up top there too. I'm gonna try to see if I can fill it from the very top. We'll look it up to make sure, but I just wanted
There's 2 drain plugs and 2 fill plugs in there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of learn by trial, and then we'll look at it and see before we actually send it or anything.
Yeah. They are expensive, yes, but there are much more expensive parts that could go out. So
Like a GT350 engine?
yeah, like a GT350 engine. That sucked. For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, we bought the GT350. Same similar situation as the Viper. We didn't think it was going to have any issues, and we got it back home. And upon further investigation, after we took the cats off of the car, we saw a lot of smoke. We couldn't figure out why. Ran a compression test, found no compression in one of the cylinders, pulled the engine apart, and found that there was this on the cylinder wall. So that really sucked. We had to send that engine off, go get it completely sleeved and built, and then we ended up twin turbo in the car, and it made a lot of power, and it's been fun since. Yeah, so it could have been a lot worse.
You could have had like a Chevy or something, you know?
Yeah, that could have been horrible. I will say it seems to be a very solidly built car, so I can't imagine that there would be that many issues. If you guys know anything about these, you can comment down below. I'm sure we're gonna get corrected on a lot of stuff about this car that we're probably saying wrong and whatever. Just understand that we are not professionals. We are not Viper experts by any means. In fact, I don't know anything hardly about Vipers except for the Donut Media video that I watched. That was like my crash course on Vipers before we decided to go pick this thing up. Just because I like to not be able to be an expert on something. I like to be able to go get a car like this, to start off with a new platform and learn through mistakes and stuff like that. And I think that's what people misunderstand about watching these videos. The reason why it's fun to me, at least, is because we get to get into these new cars. We get to get into different types of cars, different platforms, different engines, and it's really fun to be able to just learn about them rather than act like an expert on every single thing. It's just, yeah, that's cool, but I would rather show you guys the mistakes that we make, the fixes that we make, the things that break. It would be completely boring if we showed just stuff going right all the time. It's just...
We know everything here.
Oh, yeah.
The all-knowing DIY shop.
Oh yeah. So people get mad all the time in the comments of the videos and everything. And they're like, you guys don't know it, and they just like lose their mind. I'm like, yo.
Everybody that's saying check piston to wall.
Hey, this is going up like a month and a half from now, so like,
Well,
Not
hey,
even
by the
gonna
way,
be
everybody,
relevant.
we checked piston to the wall clearances this time.
2.5 months ago.
Yeah, you didn't know it, but we did it.
Well, we got all the fluids changed out underneath the car. We got it going back down onto the ground now. Take the oil cap off all the way. Set it somewhere where it's not going to fall into the abyss of this 10 cylinders engine bay. And put our little funnel in there. So even though this is an older engine, it's got 50,000 miles on it, but we're gonna use some zinc additive just to keep everything protected. You guys have seen that we use this on new engines whenever we're breaking them in, but again, we don't know what the history or what the life of this car has looked like or anything like that, so it won't hurt anything.
But I mean, it does help protect the cams and everything. It's higher zinc.
The cams, this ain't no coyote. We got a cam in here that looks like a baseball bat. Probably, it's so damn long.
Hey, are we trying to find out?
I really want to so bad, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's been bothering me how bad that I really just want to hear this thing. So that way you can get a cam out.
Pull the whole cam.
Peanut butter seats came, perfect time. And look, let's see what the capacity is. 2006 Dodge Viper that you can win on It's6.com for only $10. Oil capacity 10.4 quarts. Yeah, honestly, I think we should use this one as a giveaway car, and then dead serious a few months from now, maybe close to a year from now, looking at like a 5th gen Viper, twin turbo built block, like just nastiest Viper build ever.
Talking about my yearly bonus.
Surprise Doug with a twin turbo 5th gen Viper.
I'll just take a stock one.
Shit, me too. I get that you're upset about it. You think I'm not upset? I had to go get this damn thing knowing that we got to give it away. That sucks for me too. So this is called the Ranger method. This is a little primitive, but on cars like this, whenever they have a concentric slave inside of there that's hydraulic, you can't really get to it because there's no bleeder. So what you do is kind of a little roundabout trick is you suck it out using a turkey baster like that. Then you fill it with new fluid, pump it, do the same thing, and eventually you'll get a nice, clean, consistent fluid. Got some new brake fluid here. SK tools for the win. Give this little thing a nice little snip. Snip. I'm gonna try to leave the GoPro on my head and see if I can show you guys what it's like getting inside of this thing. So weird enough, you see right here, there's like the door, you drop down like probably 6 inches into the car. That's why I was saying the floorboard of the car is nearly on the ground. You drop down into it, and then you can see how wide it is. I mean, it's just everything about this thing is so weird. I wonder how the angle of the dangle looks right here. Can you guys see pretty well? If so, this is maybe gonna be possible to make driving videos in this car if y'all can see it like this. Ready?
Quietest muscle car ever.
Quietest muscle car ever, and unfortunately it's one of the most badass ones with a V10. Did you just see the oil pressure gauge? You hear the valve train noise. Actually, it's a lot quieter now. Whenever we popped the hood with the engine running and stuff, it was making a good little bit of clicking and clacking and whatever. But I read on the forums that once you put in a little bit thicker oil, it actually quiets it down. And we went with a little bit thicker oil. This car calls for 0W40. We put 540 in there, and just from a very small change, you can already hear that it's a much, much quieter valve train. I'm gonna kill it real quick so that way we can check the oil. Good Lord, this thing is amazing. I just kicked a whole pile of shh, don't tell the dog. Anyways, we're gonna take this thing around the block just to check everything out now that we've changed all the fluids, especially in the rear diff. That's kind of what I'm worried about. I want to hear if we're gonna hear any clunks or anything, but well, I don't hear the same clunking that the rear diff had. Trans feels like it does shift a little bit smoother too. So I think that synchro mesh was probably a good idea. This thing is such an awesome car. Good God, this is so cool. Anyways, I was reading on Viper's Instagram page, and this little design up above our heads is called the double bubble. They came out with it, and my assumption was right. They made this so that way you have room to fit helmets inside of the car. You really don't even have much to say when you drive this thing. It's just like, it's such a unique opportunity just to even see one, much less drive one, much less own it, much less be able to give it away to somebody else. It's really cool. Oh, dude, sick. Oh, shit. There's another Viper up there.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, shit. That's the 03 model. Look.
Is that the red one?
Yo.
Bruh.
That's the baby Viper.
Oh, shit.
Baby Viper.
Well, got to take it on a little shakedown after we got done changing everything, and it definitely feels like a completely different car. All the noises that we were hearing on the way home, gone. Oh man, that paint, dude. Man, oh man. I'm gonna cry when we have to give this thing away. That's the unfortunate part about us giving away such nice cars all the time, is that every time that we get one, I get so freaking attached to it and I just don't want to give it away. But it's kind of one of those things where the only reason why I am able to drive cars like this is because of you guys. You guys have enabled me to drive cars that I never, ever would have thought that I would be able to drive. So I'd like to be able to do that for one of you guys every 2 months. And that's why we've been doing these giveaways, is because it's cool to be able to give back and enable one of you guys to drive something that you never thought that you could drive. Same way that it's happened for me. And I appreciate it more than anything. I appreciate every single one of you guys' support throughout everything that we do. I am far from one of those people that tell you that everything that I did is because of me and nobody else. If it was not for my team backing me, if it was not for the people that support me, if it was not for the fans that buy merch, if it was not not for the everything, none of this shop would not be here. That truck would not be here. This Viper freaking wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even be able to drive this Viper. I'm just really thankful, to say the least. Every time that we get a new car, I don't have like the same reaction that I used to, where I'm like real emotional and like crazy about it and whatever. It's more like it's deeper than that now. It's just it's just, I don't know, it's really nice. So thank you guys a lot, I appreciate it. There's a lot of stuff coming for this car, guys. If you want to see something in particular though, comment down below, let us know what you would like to see on it. It really doesn't need that much, but a few things that I do have in mind for the car is to lower it. I really want to put some new wheels and tires on it. We've got an exhaust inbound, we've got intake inbound, probably going to do some kind of tuning on it as well, just to get it the perfect amount of power. I mean, it's already really nice, but just to get it that extra edge, just let it sound and breathe really well. It's just going to be awesome. Cannot wait. If you guys want to get entered in to win this car, go to www.itsjust6.com. Like I said, every $10 is going to get you automatically entered to win this thing. You're going to get one automatic entry for every $10, which means $40 is 4 entries, $50 is 5 entries. Plus, I mean, look at this thing. This is the craziest giveaway that we've done yet, and I just, wow. Bye, Rob.
Bye. I want to do Texas 2K things.
All right. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Go get in and win the Viper. This is the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, but hopefully it'll be worth it whenever I call one of you guys to be able to see the look on your face whenever you get here and can see the car in person. It's gonna be really cool. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on this video. Comment down below. Let me know what you want to see with the Viper. For now, I'll see you next time.
That's just my energy. That's just my energy.